guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Well, today I am trying to get organized. It's rained yesterday and it looks like it's going to rain today. So I can't do any weeding or outdoor stuff. So I am going to make blueberry pie filling and low sugar blueberry jam for myself and then some regular blueberry jam. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing. I'm sort of getting organized. That's the hardest part of anything. Really canning. You cook some blueberries and sugar and you make pie filling or jam or whatever you want. This is the recipe I'm using. See if I can stay still for a minute. It's in the Bernardin book. I really like this book. This is the only book I've been able to find that has pie fillings, like all different kinds of fruit pie fillings. That is the biggest problem I find with making fruit pies. Just hold on until I get my camera here. The problem I find with when I make my pies, I use raw fruit. So to get the fruit and sugar to cook long enough to get it to thicken and set properly, I usually end up burning my pie crust because I roll my pie crust so thin because I don't like pie crust. Anyway, so this is cooked pie filling, like you would buy a can from the grocery store. We don't like the canned stuff, of course. I find it's mostly gelatinous stuff and not much fruit, especially the cherry, which is Chris's favorite. So I'm making the blueberry pie filling first only because I got a deal on blueberries. So I've got them all washed and ready to go, and I got 1.5 pounds of sour cherries off the little cherry tree. First year for cherries. So I have freeze-dried a batch. They're in the freeze dryer now. And then I'm going to make the pie filling and jam. I haven't made blueberry pie filling in my life because you can usually not afford enough blueberries. And I haven't made blueberry jam in many years. So we're getting low on our preserves. So I'm going to do that today. I've got to clean the pot. I've got all my accessories and everything organized. Gonna do the canner outside. Take a chance on not getting rained out. It has to be canned for 30 minutes plus 10 for the elevation for pie filling, and I will check later on what the canning time is for the jam. But anyway, gonna get organized, get my jars washed and sterilized, and see if I can get this done today. I had 3 cups of coffee this morning, so I have some Zoom, and we need to Zoom while the Zoom is there. So let's get going. I have never used this pectin before, that you don't need sugar, but I thought, well, now that I'm doing keto, this is perfect for me. I'm just going to do, it says 8 or 10 little jars for myself. Put them in little jars so that, you know, I'm the only one using it, so I can just take one little jar out at a time. Now I usually try to do the math. This calls for 500 milliliter jars. I guess it says 4 of those. I don't know why I have this number written here. My goodness. Anyway, I don't want to put it in 500 milliliter jars. That's too small. Those are the ones I use for jam and mushrooms and stuff. So I've got to do the math, figure out how many jars I've needed, and then I usually wash just what jars I need for this product, and then I've got my lids ready to sterilize and everything. So I try and do my count of jars to get ready for the batch. I'm doing a triple batch. I will do the math again now that I've looked at these numbers because I think I messed it up. Now, regardless of how many jars I need, I'm doing a triple batch. So basically, this is what I need for a triple batch as far as number of cups of blueberries, sugar, the clear gel, lemon zest, and the lemon juice. Okay, I've got everything measured out. This is the blueberries to do my sugar-free jam. There were only a little bit left, not enough to do regular jam, so I put them in the freezer with the other tray that's in there. I will freeze dry some more of those. If I find another deal on blueberries, I'll do some regular jam, but I guess I don't have enough to do regular today. Probably going to be too tired by the time I get this all done anyway. I've got my 21 cups of blueberries measured out for my pie filling, and I figured out the math Because I usually use these Classico spaghetti jars, that's what I was estimating. Those are 650 ml jars. These new Bernardin ones that I really like are 700, so they're a little bit bigger. So I was estimating 6 or 7 of the the Classico, so I'm just going to go with 6. Now, triple batch, so 21 cups of blueberries to get 6 jars of pie filling. This is why it's so expensive to cook and to bake and to do anything anymore. But that's okay. I'll have pie filling put aside, I'll have freeze-dried blueberries put aside, and I will have sugar-free jam. Oh my goodness, can't do anything without a rooster crowing. I should mention, I am really bad at skimming through recipes. There's no water listed on here, but in the instructions it says to put the sugar and clear gel in a pot and whisk in 2 cups of water, much like you do when you're whisking cornstarch in with sugar for a thickener, and then you add water to boil. So I should mention too, this looks very much like cornstarch. So I'm going to whisk the sugar and the cornstarch together before I add the water. So this means I have to add 6 cups of water, which I find really strange because they don't list water on the ingredients. Now they do list blue food coloring and red food coloring, which of course you have to be a lunatic at this stage in the game if you put that in your food, especially if children are going to be eating it. It's no good for any of us, but I don't know how old this book is, but no, we don't add food coloring to our food. I've added my 6 cups of water because I'm doing a triple batch. 3 times 2 is 6. I can do that much math. And then I'm going to get this cooked till it's nice and thick, like you would thicken anything with cornstarch or any thickener. And then we add the blueberries. And I am going to add the lemon juice and lemon zest. The lemon zest adds some nice flavor, and the lemon juice, of course, adds some pectin for you. Look at the color of this pie filling. You can see there's absolutely no reason to add food coloring to this. I don't know why. Oh, my camera's fogging up. The canner's almost heated up. This is heated. The jars are heated, so I'm almost ready to get these in the jars. Again, look at the color of this pie filling. Now, why would you want to add a whole ton of food coloring to this? Makes no sense, Bernardin. Okay, let's get these jars into the canner. See if I can do this without steaming up the camera. Well, I might have to lift those handles up out of the way to get all of these jars in. I'm not sure. Got 8 of them. The handles that go up onto the edge of the pan. I'll have to see if I can get these all in. Awesome. This is the bigger canner, and I was able to get 8 of the jars in. I've got plenty of water in, so it has to be an inch above the jars. So this will work out great. Okay, well, as usual, change of plans. I opened my low sugar pectin and it was moldy inside the package. I thought it was sort of those plasticky packages that weren't sealed, but it wasn't, so it's moldy. Can't make my low sugar jam. So what I did, I just put the pot right in the freezer with the apple juice in it. I've got my jars covered up, and I will grab some pectin when I go to town. Oh, got to turn around because so I will grab some pectin when I go to town. I thought I had regular pectin too, and I'm positive I have it, but I cannot find it. So I thought, well, I'll just switch and make the regular jam today instead of the low sugar. I can't make either. So I'm getting pooped. The pie filling is in the canner. I'm going to have something to eat, and then I am going to go clean out the brooder for the babies because it is really bad. Chris wasn't able to do it while I was away, and I've been home a few days, so I got to get that done, get that mess cleaned out for my babies. So the filling is out of the canner. It's really strange because it looks like all the berries have bubbled to the top. But I think what I might do, once it cools, I'll turn the jars upside down once they've all sealed. They probably won't take very long to start pinging. But I will wait till they cool, tighten up the rings a bit, and then I'll turn them upside down so it mixes in nicely. So my memory card was full, and by the time I got one cleaned off, almost all the jars have pinged already. So I'm going to let it cool though before I turn it upside down so I can tighten the lids really good, and really happy with this. I meant to make a note for you guys. Again, I did the math, and these 700 ml jars, I figured I would get 6. I always sterilize extra jars. That's Chris out mowing the grass. And I'm glad I did, because I ended up getting 8 instead of 6. So I'm really happy. Oh my goodness. That's our warning system. Like, that lets us know when people come on the property, just in case anybody's interested in that sort of thing. There's different sounds for different parts of the property. Anyway, I am done with this and got to go clean up some stinky poo. Got out there. Anyway, I gave the babies our corn cobs from supper to peck at, and they just love that. The other day I put some in here, but the big chickens were in here. How did you get in here, silly? But look at these guys. They're growing so fast. I still can't tell. Well, oh dear, I think I see 3. See, I don't know how big the combs get on these hens, and you're supposed to be able to tell by the feathers around their neck and saddle feathers, which I have no idea what I'm doing. I think this guy's a rooster. I'm hoping I don't have 3 speckled Sussex roosters. Some of them are very small, these hens over here, so I'm hoping they're hens. Anyway, this guy's pretty big and his comb's pretty prominent, so it's hard to say. I'm hoping I get 5 of the buffs. Look at how beautiful they're getting already. But the colors on the speckled Sussex, and look at that white and gray one and the one beside her, I think those 2 are hens. There's barely any comb at all, and that one little one in the corner is tiny, so I'm sure that's a hen. This one's tiny, so I'm sure she's a hen, and that one over there is really tiny. So I'm really hoping I luck out here when it comes to hens and roosters. Don't know how this girl got in here, but they're just beautiful. And of course it'll be easier for an idiot like me to name them, because, you know, when you have chickens that all look alike, it's challenging for me. But I'm really happy with these guys. They're so beautiful. We lost a couple out of these ones, but hoping that I end up with at least a dozen new layers. What are you doing in here, silly? I am actually going to let a couple of the trees grow in here so that they will have shade in the run here when we're not here, when they have to be locked in. Now, we did put the netting on here because the hawk was coming after these babies. Oh, that's right, the hawk got one of the babies after a couple of babies died, so we must be down to, I think, 23. But yeah, they're so beautiful. They're all so different, and they're going to be beautiful hens. I will have trouble telling the buffs apart, of course. But anyway, let's go clean up their poo. Get a window in here before the winter. It was so hot we had to put some screen over a window, a temporary window, because it was just too hot for them in there at night. So look at this stinky mess. We actually got some vinyl flooring to put down on here. We wanted to put vinyl flooring on the whole coop floor, and we went and checked out prices, and it was literally going to be hundreds of dollars for remnants. So I got to finish cleaning this out. Chris put a little roost in here for these guys, and it's made it really difficult to clean this out. But I'm going to get the rest of this cleaned out. The thing I love about this, and I know it's crazy getting excited about poop, but this is just, the shavings and the poo is so amazing for the compost. You know, we put our kitchen stuff in there, and weeds and tomato leaves and all that stuff, and then a layer of this, and, you know, do that all through the year, and it has just made this garden soil so amazing. And I think I mentioned in the other video, like, look at this difference in the corn. And this is with, this is what farmers are talking about when they mean, they're regenerating the soil with manure and stuff. So this edge doesn't get done very well because Chris can't get close enough with the tiller, and so it's kind of stays the same, whereas this has the new compost tilled in every year. And look at that difference. That is really astonishing. So kind of a good experiment, a epic fail on my corn from this row. But again, we're new at all of this, so this is really astonishing to me, the difference. I didn't think there would be that much of a difference. So good to know. I won't put corn in there next year, I don't think. And I think this year we just had some Tabor corn again for supper, so I think we are going to get a big bag. I think there's 40 or 50 cobs in it, and I did freeze some one year, but I didn't put it on the cookie sheets, and it all stuck together, and it was just a waste. So I am going to freeze dry it now that we have that option. So I'm gonna get some meat freeze dried, vegetables, fruits, all kinds of stuff. And that's just a game changer when you're homesteading and you're trying to put food away. So not having to rely on the freezers. Like if one of our freezers breaks, we'd really have trouble getting everything into 2 freezers. So getting more jam made, more pie filling, so I get a bunch of my berries out of the freezer, and a bunch more freeze-dried, corn freeze-dried, peas. So yeah, I didn't get any carrots this year because the carrots were in the row where the weeds are. So anyway, pretty happy with that. Really excited about this year. We've had a lot of firsts, like I mentioned. First rhubarb we harvest, first cherries, first raspberries. So really excited. Anyway, I gotta get finished cleaning this out before the babies, so the babies can go to bed. And I distracted them with the corn cobs. It's like having toddlers again. So, just part of this life, cleaning up poo all the time, disposing of guts, butchering birds, whatever. That's just stuff you have to get done. And Chris is out mowing grass again. I gotta get busy trimming and mowing the stuff that he can't get to with the big tractor. Anyway, we're done for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. And we'll see you next time.